And take the YouTube video while we're waiting for Instagram to get its shit together. Cause fuck it right now. Yo, it's been a day. We're up to, what, 5 times now that I've had to shoo Vynni out of Tandy and Emillio's nest. Seriously tempted to just bring their eggs in and leave fakes up there. Well, there goes that Tandy. I do also wonder if I'm making things worse by interfering. Because that's also a distinct possibility. God bless, the phone has been working so hard in the last few minutes. That bastard. Guess we're gonna be focusing on Tandy's nest for the next 10 minutes. I'm so sorry for those of you who usually come here to relax. There she goes. Well, we know who's at the top of the retirement list now. That is not by any stretch mistaken. That is him trying to take that nest for Ellie. Basically to prove that he can, not because he actually wants that nest. So as much as it's going to rip the guts right out of me to watch and not interfere, I'm going to watch and not interfere to see what happens. Gonna be really upset if anything happens to those eggs, but I can't be in here to chase him out all the time. So that's something that Emillio and Tandy have to deal with. She's going to lose the inclination to even sit on them as stressed out as he's making her. He's basically doing his damnedest to trigger the predator's "ate it" response. If it's not safe for Tandy to sit in the nest, then the hormones compelling Tandy to sit will just be flushed right out of her little body. Vynni may actually be bullying all of the other birds who are getting close to laying out of laying. still wants to set them. So it's basically going to become a war of attrition between her and Vynni. It's not a box he wants. He just doesn't want Tandy in there. As soon as she leaves, so does he. Which makes him officially a problem for the flock. Do me a favor. Hold this and keep it focused on Tandy's nest box. I think I am going to get some fakes. If Tandy is still bound and determined to set, Tandy is still bound and determined to set, but those eggs may die before he stops trying to chase her out. If I do end up going with the compulsion to extract them and put them in the incubator in the house, I'm going to have to do it when she's not on them before they get cold. Well, at least we have something interesting to focus on this episode. Yay, bird dynamics. Also, fucking bird dynamics. See, all of that assholery has really gotten his hen turned on. Meanwhile, Tandy is comfortably sitting her eggs. So, what I need to see right now is, does she continue to go back after he takes his time to be a bastard? Pippin, that's rude. You have a Cody hat. See, just about everything that pigeons do is all about their wife thinking they're a badass. You'll even notice that Pippin is most likely to knock Vynni off of Ellie, or at least try to, when Cookie is nearby. Literally everything is about impressing their wife. Look at that Tandy. She doesn't even look particularly ruffled. Now the birds that were bothering her are gone, and she can sit on her eggs in peace. It looks right now like the war of attrition is going in Tandy's favor. a bit more at ease, but Lord, am I frustrated. I'm worried, for that matter. Oh, hello. Do I now have a Cody hat? Mm-hmm. All the boys definitely feeling themselves right now. Just being extra bastard. In every nest that isn't theirs. Gotta bother all the everyone. I hope he and Ellie settle on a best nest soon, so that everyone else can start laying again. Pigeons don't get distracted from laying eggs, but they can be stressed into aborting the process. Which is why I've gotten really upset at people talking about, oh, we just give them more things to do. We train them more, we interact with them more to distract them from laying eggs. Because, grant you, I don't know parrots well enough, but I know pigeons well enough to know that that's not how that shit works. They are stressed into aborting the process, which drastically shortens their lifespan over time. And if you can't stand the thought of your hen laying eggs, maybe don't get a hen. If you can't support her through that process, or if you're just that scared of her getting egg bound, maybe wait for a cock. And if you can't, and if that's the case and you can't stand the idea of a cock not being a cuddle bug like a hen, maybe don't get a bird. Maybe get a different bird. You're fine, Ellie. That was the appropriate response. You can go in with your wife. I would really prefer you not bother Emillio and his wife. Emillio has been making this whole thing so much worse. Because he's been going out of his way to harass Ellie in the nest boxes that are not his. Like he's probably about to do in a minute, knowing Emillio. Tandy is comfortable and safe in the nest box sitting on their eggs. Ellie is comfortable in the nest box below theirs, not bothering anybody. And Emillio is sorely considering going after her. Vynni is watching him like a hawk, expecting him to go after Ellie, which will draw him after Emillio like a thunderbolt, and make him want to put his beak in Emillio's ass everywhere Emillio happens to be. So it isn't just a case of Vynni harassing Emillio and Tandy out of nowhere for no reason. Emillio is going out of his way to make this worse. He just doesn't quite have the cognition to realize that that's going to come back and bite not just him, but his wife in the ass. They are bird. Okay. I mean, ballsy. and punished your wife. You're in the wrong box, Vynni. Vynni at least doesn't do like Sissy does. Sissy, when he was rampaging, would seriously rampage. He tried to rip one of my old German owls off her nest and stomp her eggs to death. Vynni just makes the point of, hey, you asshole. If you think you can bother my wife, I'll go bother your wife and possibly sit on your eggs. He legit did just go sit on those eggs. Well, that explains why they're usually warm. You're a weird boy. You're a weird boy. Are you gonna let their actual parents sit on them now? Did you just now realize that wasn't where your wife was? Like right just now? Where are you going? Food. It's food time now. Tandy will probably go back in a minute. I'm not sure how to feel about this. Ow. Hi, Cody. That was my entire face. And goes Vynni in with his actual wife. Ow. And Tandy looks like she's just waiting her turn to go back in. Is she gonna be safe to go back in? Does she need to poo a giant poo before she goes back in? Is Emillio gonna take his turn? Frickin' bird soap opera. Hi, Cody! That was Cody, missing my head, hitting the door frame, and sliding all the way down. Hi, Cody. Welcome back. I think Tandy and Emillio are trying to decide who's going back in. Yeah. Emillio, that's the wrong box again. Don't fucking call Tandy into that box. Ellie. Unfortunately, guys, we're getting near the 20-minute mark, so I'm going to have to sign off here shortly. I will let you know in the comments if he ever went back in and sat those freaking eggs. Tandy is done with everyone's shit, and she's going to come down and eat. There he goes. Hopefully. Oh well. Yep, there he went. Okay, now everyone can rest at ease. Myself included. God damn it, birds. Go ahead and end this very, very stressful episode of Chill Time with Birds. In addition to our clients, adopters, and I keep forgetting that word. Potential apprentices. Thank you for at least being able to chase out Lily. I'd like to thank our subscribers here on YouTube, our patrons on Patreon, hi Lily, the friends of our business page on Facebook, and our followers on Tumblr, Instagram, and Twitter for your contributions, both financial and intellectual, through which this project continues to run. My loves, I will see y'all tomorrow.